Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
All right, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? Like it's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Shoots and Ladders podcast. Here are your hosts, Desiree and Jason.
Shoots and Ladders Spotlight MJF. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
MJF is once again at the top of AEW as world champion. We're going to break down his career, the character, and the future of Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Des, what are your initial thoughts?
I love this guy. He is one of the best heels I have ever seen. And he's just one of the best overall wrestlers in this industry right now who's got an even brighter future, which is insane.
Yeah, absolutely. Super young. And speaking of that, we're going to kind of kick things off with his career path from Indies to AEW. MJF didn't just come out of nowhere. He grinded on the independents before becoming one of AEW's original pillars. Des, what stood out to you about MJF early on?
He's like a lifelong fan. He will openly admit he loved it from an early age and knew that he wanted to be a wrestler. Like there wasn't any other question. So I know that I think he started training in 2015, and mind you, he's roughly like in his late 20s. I think he's 29 right now. So he started in his late teens training. And then I believe, like you mentioned, he was in the indie scene for a little bit. I think it was, I have it here, Combat Zone Wrestling, where he was also champion there in New York, and then ended up getting signed to AEW in 2018, making his in-ring debut in 2019, and just exploding from there. So he really is like a homegrown talent for AEW, but I love that he is a true wrestling fan, and you can tell just by his personality and his persona where he's picked up on a couple of things from some past stars.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just like you said, he's always been a fan. The fact that I think it's awesome too to have humble beginnings. You start off in the indies, you eventually make your way up. It definitely teaches you a lot through that process. And then that being said, did you always see main event potential?
Yeah, I think if you go back to and you can find it on YouTube, his early interviews and even his matches, you could tell he already had this persona already made. And don't get me wrong, a little bit probably is Maxwell, so which makes it more fun. He's just an elevated version of himself, so I get it. But yeah, you can tell just based on his confidence, he knew who he was, he knew what he wanted, and he was hungry, and he got exactly what he wanted, and look at him now.
Yeah. All right, and now we're going to break down the actual character. MJF walks the line better than almost anyone today. Half kayfabe, half brutally real. Des, is this his modern evolution of the classic heel?
I love it. Yes. I love this guy. And what I love is if you look in social media, whenever he's doing meet and greets, he is still the biggest asshole ever. Like, you're paying money to be made fun of. And I would love to meet him just to hear what he would say to me. And that's what makes it so much fun. It's no harm, no foul in it. It is, you get exactly what you see, and that's what I love about him. And this is the thing too, he's not filtered. He will say whatever he wants. He's hilarious, and it's just true heel work. He has completely honed the craft where he's embodied what a heel is, and he's so good of a heel that he is a face. I like to call him like a heel face, a baby heel, just because we love this bad guy so much. Very reminiscent of Stone Cold Steve Austin, of how he was so bad that you loved him and you were rooting for him. So yeah, he's not on a completely different level.
Yeah, the level of the devil. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm kind of with you on that. It's funny too. You kind of brought up the comparison, and I think there's certain guys that they play that heel that eventually flip face. I mean, you have Stone Cold, you have The Rock. I mean, The Rock was kind of the same way too. There's other guys that have kind of done that, and I think he definitely does that, and he's definitely that by far in AEW.
Yeah.
All right, now as far as his promos and in-ring ability, look, talk is cheap, but MJF finds a way to back it up once the bell rings. Des, is MJF just great on the mic, or can he actually back it up in the ring?
He is so good overall. I will fight for this. And granted, is he the number one technical guy? Is he like a Will Ospreay, or is he a Kenny Omega, or something along those lines? No, but he's up there. He'll beat your ass. And he'll do it in a clean way. He'll do it even better, dirtier, which I love. You give him that dynamite diamond ring, he'll pound you, and then kangaroo kick you, and then submit. I love him, and he's got a sharp tongue. He is so good on the mic. He is fire, but he does back it up in the ring, and he fights dirty. And I think he's so good in the ring that he's just more of an entertainment level of what is he going to do next. But he also keeps the opponent on their toes to work out of the box kind of thing. So I think he's one of those showman guys that are really good, that elevates himself but also his opponent. So he is best overall.
Okay, now you said it best. I mean, look, there's a reason why he's a champion again, why no matter what, all storylines run through MJF. All right, now, as far as prominent AEW feuds, and we have CM Punk, Wardlow, Adam Cole, I mean, there's a lot. Des, MJF's career is defined by rivalries that elevated everyone involved. Which feud defines MJF the most?
I have two. I love his feud with CM Punk, just because that was so personal, because he looked up to CM Punk when he was younger. Like, that was one of his guys. And the fact that he got to be in the same promotion with, I think, is completely out of our reality to fathom as a fan, and then you get to work with them. And then it was brought to a personal level, just how Punk would talk to him in their promos. Both guys fire on the mic going at it, so you knew it was going to be such a good feud, and I'm glad that they took it as far as they did. But who was it? Punk called MJF just a lower grade Miz. just a smack in the face. And it was just that. And then just the low blows that they would do to each other was fantastic. And they had that infamous dog collar match, and it was just a lot of back and forth that was just very reminiscent of old wrestling that you just love. But that also was a catalyst to his feud with Wardlow, which got me into AEW, because that just brought me back to like WCW days, because of just the outrageous storyline with Wardlow being his security guard and then threatening him, saying, "You're just an employee for me, not AEW. If you don't win, you can't wrestle here." And then, of course, Wardlow beats the hell out of him. 10 power bombs in a row. Very Goldberg Batista-esque, which was fantastic. Put Wardlow over. And those are the two that I think really just completely highlighted all of them.
Love it. Listen, the ones just mentioned are definitely amazing. I'm actually going to go Adam Cole, just because, again, there was so much emotional depth, and these two guys are kind of pillars of AEW, but the ones you just mentioned, listen, the promos with CM Punk are absolute epic. So, but yeah, there are a lot of them, to be honest. But yeah, I just went with Adam Cole just because of the emotional storytelling.
I love the better than you, baby.
Absolutely. All right, now as far as acting career and media presence, look, outside the ring, MJF has begun expanding his brand. Listen, could this help him cross over like Cena or The Rock? Or is this a long-term or short-term plan?
Oh, 100%. You can tell he's Mr. Personality. He's already rubbing elbows with Cena and The Rock and everybody. So, and he's actually really good at what he's doing. So I know he had a minor role in Iron Claw, fantastic movie. And he was in Happy Gilmore too. He was Adam Sandler's son, which was pretty cool. So I feel like he's going to be given so many more opportunities just because of how charismatic he is, but he puts himself in the right position. So I feel like he's just an unforgettable personality. I know he doesn't come off as MJF in Hollywood. He's very professional and knows what he's doing. So I think he's a very smart businessman and building his own brand. So yeah, I think he's definitely got potential to be like The Rock and Batista and Cena in Hollywood.
Yeah, no doubt. The fact that he's only 29 right now, we've always said, look, if you can transition to another, industry, and this, acting is kind of a smooth transition because you're kind of doing that anyway. Do so, save your body. So the fact he's only 29 now, he has a long road ahead of him in a good way. So yeah, I definitely think it's a long-term plan.
Yeah.
All right, now, so look, he's now the AEW champion. What's next? I mean, who would you say is the right person to dethrone MJF?
We've said it before, Will Ospreay. I don't know. I feel like he's on a completely different level. We've said this multiple times throughout the past year and a half that we've been existing, and it's Tony Storm and MJF. Good luck trying to top them. So I just feel like they are the standard in the promotion. So I feel like just because he's such a great performer, he just meshes well with everybody because he doesn't look at anybody as a threat. He is the threat. And you know what? He doesn't back down from a fight. He's ready to low blow you and then hit you with that ring. So Will Ospreay would be cool. I would love to see him go back at it with Jon Moxley, Kyle Fletcher, Kenny Omega. You know what? Just give him the whole... Just let him go for everybody. You know what? Who I would love to bring back? Wardlow. Once he is back in action, let him come back and whip his ass again. I would love that. So...
Yeah, you said. Listen, I'm actually with you. I think this year, let him go match against all these different guys. Let him have a lengthy run towards the end of the year. I hope he does drop the title to Ospreay because I think it's time. Yeah. It's Ospreay's time.
Hey, I want to see him go head to head with Tony Storm on the mic.
That would be funny. That'd definitely be entertaining for a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right. Now the big question: could you realistically see MJF jumping to WWE one day?
You know what? This is really hard. A couple of years ago, I would say yes. Now, I'm kind of questioning everything just because he is an AEW homegrown guy, and he really excels with this company. I feel like he does have a little bit more creative control. He's very trusted. So, and I'm sure he's got a hefty paycheck too. So, I don't know if he is one of those super loyal guys. So it's up in the air, but I definitely do see WWE keeping an eye out on him just because of what his brand is. And you know what? I wouldn't hate to see him there. I would love to see him go at it with a couple of people on the mic. We have a couple of people in mind, I know. So it would just, you know what? Just in a fantasy booking, yeah, let's go.
So my answer is yes, and I say that because, look, we don't know what the future holds for AEW, for Warner Brothers, for Max. Part of me thinks WWE is going to be there because they're a publicly traded company. They have the name branding. There's a reason why ESPN chose them.
Yeah.
In addition to that, you never know. I mean, listen, it's very expensive to operate a wrestling promotion. It could get to a point where, especially if, Warner Brothers or Max, Time Warner says, hey, you know what, we kind of want to go in a different direction. And if that happens, then maybe WWE acquires them like they did WCW, and then it'll be inevitable at that point. But yeah, so I actually think the answer is going to be yes.
Yeah, and money talks too. So if the pay makes sense and the offer looks right, who wouldn't turn it down to be with WWE? Plus the contacts and the extra exposure. Look at The Rock and look at Batista and their movie careers and the offers that they get just because they're with this company. So We can see it.
1,000,000%. And that being said, what are your final thoughts on MJF?
I love that damn devil. I love him so much. I will fight for him. I think he is one of the best. And you know what? He always says, I'm better than you. Yeah, you're better than a couple of people in this kind of industry. So damn straight. He backs it up. I love it. He's pure entertainment. He brings me back to Attitude Era-esque stuff. And I think that's why I like him so much. So I love him. Keep up whatever you're doing. You're on fire.
Yeah, I'm going to say, just everything you just said. The other thing, too, and this just kind of holds true to me. I mean, I'm a huge sports fan. It's always special when someone's homegrown talent, which he is. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, he's the staple of AEW. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, I would just ride him as long as he can.
Yeah.
All right, that actually wraps up this episode. What are your thoughts on MJF? Shoot us a DM at the Shoots and Ladders. And like always, please like, share, and subscribe both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right. Until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Have a great week. Bye, friends.
This has been Shoots and Ladders. Follow us for more content